this was a recent panel that came up, and you caught some flack on this, and I want you to listen to this, listen to the response, and I would love for you to respond if you can hear this.
Right.
Pick up the bleep trash. Littering, illegal dumping, and some timey garbage pickup system continues to be a persistent problem in the city. Where Philadelphia trucks some of its trash has spurred accusations of pollution and environmental racism, specifically from the residents of Chester. Would you, as mayor, keep or change the existing waste disposal contracts?
So I really don't, I'm not sure, because I would bid it out, but I'm not sure if that changes it or not. But Chester is Chester. I'm worried about Philadelphians and how their lives are. And so what will come first to me is what would be best for my Philadelphians.
So you don't care about Chester?
I do care.
The trash that's coming from Philadelphia.
I do care, but I don't work for them if I'm the mayor. I work for Philadelphia.
No.
And the trash has to go somewhere. And whoever gets it's going to be unhappy with it.
Well, that's not really an appropriate answer. But.
So you heard that, and you caught tons of backlash over that. And though I do agree, okay. So to put this in context, I think most times in leadership they don't focus on what the issue is or the problem, and it's a lot that's going on in Philadelphia that I believe that needs to be fixed. Period. There's no question. And so the citizens of Philadelphia need some help, and that needs to be a priority, right? However, I do see the other side, right? And so I want to allow you, because I don't think you had the opportunity to speak on that, right? But I want you to touch on that and explain pretty much the context of where you were coming from and your position on that now.
Yeah, I really appreciate that opportunity. And believe it or not, not a single media outlet has asked me about the context. So to start out with, you got to remember, and you said it, I'm not a politician. I'm a grocer, and I've done nonprofit work, and I've done government assignments, and I'm used to a very transparent and simple and direct communication approach. And so I spent half the time talking on that panel than my other opponents, because they say a lot of things, but I don't know what they mean. And so in my case, I might be a little too blunt. And to be in the political field, I might have work to do to be less blunt. But a lot of people like it because they think it's straight. But at no time did I intend to offend Chester or to diminish Chester. I really didn't. When I said Chester is Chester, what I meant is they're self-governing. Their decisions are their decisions. We shouldn't interfere in their government. And so if Chester doesn't want that plant there, that's on, they got to decide what they want. But right now it's a legal operation that has a contract with Philadelphia. And let me tell you who signed that contract. The mayor signed it, and every opponent from city council signed it. Every one of them. So Sherelle Parker and Helen Gim and Alan Dom, all of them signed that contract, and it went to the controller's office, and the controller signed it. So you have a situation that all my opponents made the decision to send their trash to Chester and incinerate it. And I could be a politician and criticize them for that, but I didn't. I'm saying what I meant to say, it's a contract. It's legally binding. We're obligated to stick with the terms. And when it's up, we could rebid it. And then when we rebid it, in addition to the price, we could say, what's the environmental impact? But I got to tell you, the environmental impact is bad. It's trash. And so if I look at putting it in Chester or putting it in someplace in upstate Pennsylvania or somewhere else, I'm not sure I'm getting any better environmental impact. So at the end of the day, I'm thinking in my mind, I end up where I started, because where do we put the trash? I don't have an answer, but I could tell you something. When the other opponents were signing a contract to send their trash to Chester, I'll tell you what I was doing in my business. I've eliminated 90% of the trash in my business. We started something called Philly Food Rescue, which we donated to the Share Food Bank program to pick up excess food from grocery stores, including mine. And we're able to divert through recycling and through this program almost 90% of our trash. So I've set a national example on environmental impact. I mean, I went to 100% LED lights more than a decade ago. I've done an incredible job of reducing my carbon footprint. So I know a lot about this topic, and I'm not the one who sent the trash to Chester. I'm just saying the people before me sent the trash to Chester, the ones that complained about what I said. But what I said had to do with what they did, not what I did. And the part I feel bad about is that I didn't want Chester to feel that I feel that they're not an important city. They're important. I've tried to help them with their food desert problems, and I know they're poor, and I care about them. And I didn't mean to say things in such a way that they weren't sure about it. What I meant to indicate is it's not our job we don't have the right to tell them what to do. They're self-governing. They need to decide what they want to do.
So for the record, is that an apology to Chester? Because I want to make sure, because I'm sure, and I have seen even the political figures very upset with that. But is that apology to Chester?
Yes. If they felt slighted in any way or diminished, I did not intend to do that. I apologize for that. And what I was trying to get to the bottom of is that there's a signed contract we're stuck with, and until that expires, there's nothing I could do if I were there. Or anyone else for that matter.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you, because our brother and sister over in there in Chester, we love them too. They're right there, and so we just wanted to make sure that we acknowledge them. Yeah.
I agree.